Welcome students, once again welcome to your favorite channel TKG Physics classes. So students, today we will discuss another important part. Yes, obviously important part for your current electricity chapter. Today we will discuss Kirchhoff's law. All of you know about Ohm's law. Kirchhoff's law is an extended part of Ohm's law for complicated electric circuits. With the help of Kirchhoff's law, we can find out current in any part for some complicated circuits. So today our topic, that is Kirchhoff's law. So don't waste your time, open your copy and write down the notes. So first of all, we have to know about Kirchhoff's law. We learn the statement, then we learn some rules for solving numericals related to Kirchhoff's law, and then finally we will solve some numericals related to Kirchhoff's law. So first of all, we have to learn about Kirchhoff's laws. Kirchhoff has two laws. First one, which is named as Kirchhoff's first law, or it is called Kirchhoff's current law, in short form KCL, Kirchhoff's current law, and sometimes it is also named as junction rule. So at first you have to know what is junction. So what is junction? When two or more wires or more conductors are meeting at a point is known as junction. Basically, when two wires or two conductors meet at a point is known as node, and three wires or more than three wires are meet at a point is known as junction. So here Kirchhoff's law, first law, which is related to junction rule. So what is the statement of Kirchhoff's first law? You see this one. At any junction, the sum of current entering is exactly equal to the sum of current leaving that junction. That means in mathematically we can write this one, summation I, that is equal to 0. At any junction, the sum of current entering is exactly equal to the sum of current leaving. Okay, take one example. Suppose this one, here current I1, this one current I2, here current I3, and this one I4. Obviously this point is named as junction point, suppose J. Why? Here 1, 2, 3 and 4 wires meted here. So this point is named as junction point. Now you see at this point I1 and I2 are entering towards the junction. So according to our statement, the sum of current entering a junction, that means I1 plus I2, is equal to the sum of current leaving that junction. So according to our problem, from junction current I3, which is away from the junction, and current I4, which is also away from the junction. So the current, the sum of current which leave the junctions, that is I3 plus I4. So this is our first law, first Kirchhoff's law. Sum of current entering at a junction is exactly equal to the sum of current is leaving at that junction. Sometimes it is known as called this one, summation of del I is equal to 0. That means I1 plus I2, when I3 and I4 will be that side, that is minus I3 minus I4, that is equal to 0. That is summation of I, that is equal to 0. This one. Here I3 negative, I4 negative. Why? When the current away from the junction is taken as negative, when the current towards the junction is taken as positive. So at first you have to know about the current, this form, that is entering current at towards the junction is equal to the leaving current, or in another way you can say this one, that is sum of the total current. Here I1 plus I2 minus I3 minus I4, that is equal to 0. Minus I3 and minus I4, minus indicates here current away from the junction, that's why negative. Okay, so this is our first law. Now students, question is, this KCL is based on which conservation law? Your answer is, this KCL, Kirchhoff's current law, is based on conservation law of charge. Why? All of you know, when a steady current flowing through a circuit, that means there is no accumulation there is no originated of charge at a point. That is, charge, amount of charge that flowing towards the junction in a time is exactly equal to the amount of charge leaving that junction in that time. Charge cannot be created, cannot be destroyed. The charge which is entering to a junction is exactly equal to amount when the charge leaving that junction. So here KCL is based on the conservation law of charge. Now another important part, suppose here this current value is 5 ampere, this value is 4 ampere, you have to find out I3, and this value is suppose 10 ampere. Now find I3. So according to this problem, here you write 5 plus 4, that is equal to I3, that is 10 plus I4. So from here I4 will be this one, 9 minus 10, that is value of I4, that is minus 1. Now question is, what is the meaning of this negative sign? The meaning of this negative sign, important part student, the meaning of this negative sign is indicates that the direction of current which is taken in this way will be the opposite. The actual direction of current will be the opposite. Okay, this part will be clear more when we will solve some numericals. Okay, now another part, that is Kirchhoff's second law, that is Kirchhoff's voltage law, or it is called as loop rule. It is called as loop rule, or in short form we can write Kirchhoff's voltage law, that is KVL. And according to this law, the statement is this one: around any closed loop, this point is important, loop must be closed. Around any closed loop, the algebraic sum of changes in potential must be equal. For any closed loop in any electric circuit, in any network, the algebraic sum of potential difference, the sum of potential difference is equal to 0. So mathematically it can be represented as this one. Mathematically it can be represented like this way, that is summation del V, that is equal to 0. Now to solve this circuit, at first you have to consider the loop. Here this one is one loop, C D E F C, and this loop must be closed. So our first point, okay, write down some rules for solving the second law, that is Kirchhoff's voltage law. Rule number 1, that is we have to consider a loop which is named as closed loop. Okay, you may consider 2 loops, 3 loops, but the loop must be closed. Loop, or it is right, loops. Okay, now after considering loops, you can go either clockwise or anti-clockwise. Okay, so you can consider this way, that is clockwise, and you can consider also this way, that is anti-clockwise. It doesn't depends. Okay, so second, that is clockwise or anti-clockwise, that depends up to you. Anti-clockwise direction, you have to consider a particular direction, that is maybe clockwise and maybe anti-clockwise. Now rule number 3, and that is, suppose this is our cell and you are going in this direction, your direction this way, and this is our cell, the positive terminal, and this is our negative terminal. All of you know the basic concept, that current always flowing from higher potential to lower potential. When current always obviously flowing from higher potential to lower potential, that means there is a potential decreases. Here when you are going in this direction, that means you have to consider this potential V, that is negative. Positive to, you are going in this direction, that is positive to negative, that is potential decreases. You have to consider del V, that is negative. Now rule number 4, when this is our cell plus minus and your direction is this way, your direction is just in this way, that means here your direction is negative to positive, that is low to high potential, that is potential increases. So here you have to consider del V, that is positive. And the short tricks for remembering this way, when your direction is ended here, your direction is ended in negative side, that is this one will be negative. When your direction is ended in positive side, that is taken as positive. When your direction is ended at positive side, that is taken as positive. When your direction is ended at negative side, that is taken as negative. And this is applicable for cell or battery. Now rule number 5. Rule number 5. Suppose this is our resistance and current flowing in this way, current flowing in this way, and your direction is also this way. That means here your direction and the direction of current are same. When your direction and direction of current are same, here you have to consider potential. Potential, that means current into resistance, here resistance are, so here potential, that means I into R, and here this value will be negative, you have to consider negative. Same concept, current flowing this way, that is higher to lower, and you are moving in this way, that is there is a decrease in potential, that's why potential is negative. Okay, that is same direction, you have to consider negative, and this is applicable for resistance. And last one, that is rule number 6. Suppose this is our resistance, current flowing in this way, but your direction is this way, it is your direction, and current is flowing this way, that is here the direction of current and yours direction is opposite. When this is opposite to each other, here you have to consider I into R is positive sign, and this is opposite case. For opposite you have to consider positive sign. For remembering case, you just remember last P for positive. So these some points are very important for solving numericals related to this law. And the rule number 1, at first you have to consider closed loop or loops. Then you have to consider any direction, any particular direction, maybe clockwise, maybe anti-clockwise. Then you have to follow these four rules. For battery or cells, when you are going along positive to negative, that means when ended at negative, this value will be negative. When you ended at positive, this value will be positive. For resistance, when the direction of current and yours direction will be same, when the direction will be same, you have to consider negative. When the direction of current and your direction will be opposite, you have to consider positive. Okay, so now with the help of these rules will apply in this circuit, and we will find out KVL formula. Okay, apply it. So here this is our loop, one loop, C, D, E, F, C. You can take in from anywhere, F, C, D, E, F, but the loop must be closed. That means when your initial point and your final point will be same. So for loop, write it down, for loop C, D, E, F, C, we can write it. You know the formula, summation del V, that is summation of del V is equal to 0. So your starting point C and you are going in this direction. Suppose you are going clockwise. So C to D there is no equipment, no problem. Now D to E there is a resistance R, and you check. So your direction is D to E, and here current is flowing in this direction. You just see I1 plus I2, that is current is flowing in this direction. So here your direction and the direction of current is same, and the rules is when your direction and the direction of current is same, you have to consider negative. So here potential, that means I1 plus I2 into R3, and this value must be negative, minus of. Why negative? Because the direction of current and your direction is same. Okay, now E to F, there is no equipment, just only wire, no problem. Now F to C, you just consider for F to C at first there is a cell, and for cell you just see your direction is negative to positive. Here you have to consider your direction, not the direction of current. Your direction is negative to positive, and so you are ended at positive. So when you ended at positive, that means you have to consider positive sign. So here this cell is named as E2, so this is positive sign, plus E2. Okay, now here you just see this one. This one is for resistance R2, current flowing I2. So here current flowing in this way and your direction is also in this way. That's the direction of current and your direction is same. So you have to take negative sign. That means here potential will be R2 into I2, and this must be negative. R2 into I2, that is equal to 0. So you can write it, this one is E2 equal to I2 R2 plus of I1 plus I2 into R3. Okay, so summation of del V, that is equal to 0, is also indicated that summation of E, that is equal to summation of I into R. Here summation of E, that means E2 here for this loop, and summation of I into R, that means at first I2 R2, then I1 plus I2 into R3. Okay, so this is equation for this one. Now you solve for second loop. Solve it. Write it down. For loop, okay, you just consider from here. Okay, you just consider from here. A, B, C, F, A. A, B, C, F, A. Write it down. So A to B, that means first case there is a one cell E1 and your direction is in this way, that is negative to positive. You are ended here, you ended at positive, so this E1 will be positive, plus E1. Then you just see there the direction of current in this way I1 and your direction is also same. The direction of current and your direction is same, so here this value will be negative, that is minus I1 R1. You can write it at that side also, minus I1 R1. Okay, write it here, minus I1 R1. Then B to C, there is no equipment, no problem. Now C to F, you just see there is a resistance R2. So your direction in this way and current directed in this way, this one is I2 directed in this way and your direction is this way, so this one will be positive, plus R2 I2. Again for cell E2 you are going in this way, that is you ended here, negative sign, positive to negative, that means minus E2, that is equal to 0. So from here you can write E1 minus E2, that is equal to I1 R1 plus minus R2 I2. So this is our second equation for this loop. There is another loop, you just consider this one, A, B, D, E, F is also another loop. Okay, so with this way we can make the equation, and now for solving equation we can easily find out the value of current. Okay, so the rules is, basic thing is that for battery when you are moving positive to negative, that means you have to consider negative sign. When you are moving negative to positive, that means you have to consider positive sign. And for resistance, when your direction and the direction of current is opposite, that is in that case positive, and when your direction and current direction is same way, in that case you have to consider negative. Okay, now students, with this formula we will solve some numericals. So students, this is our basic example related to Kirchhoff's law. So before going to that part, at first you learn related to a basic equation. basic circuit. Okay, suppose there is a resistance, the value given 4 ohm, there is another resistance value given 1 ohm, and this resistance is connected with a cell with a battery, voltage given 20 volt. Now here you have to find out the value of current I. So for this case we can easily with the help of Ohm's law find out the value of current I. And all of you know how 4 and 1 are connected in series, so equivalent resistance, that is 4 plus 1, that is 5 ohm, and here voltage that is 20 volt. So according to Ohm's law, V is equal to R into I. So from here easily you can say I is equal to V by R, that is 20 divided by 5. So this one will be 4 ampere. Okay, now you just see, for this equation with the help of KVL and KCL we also find out the value of current. How? Find it. So for this circuit, when we use KVL or KVL and KCL, at first you have to give the name of this circuit. Okay, suppose this one point A, this point B, this point C, and this point D. And now here you have to consider any direction, clockwise or anti-clockwise. Okay, suppose I am considering this direction, that is clockwise direction. Now write it, for loop A B C D A, close A B C D A. Now you write the formula of KVL. So first of all, A to B, that means you are moving in this way, negative to positive. So when you are moving negative to positive, so this value will be positive, that is 20. Then B to C, there is no equipment. So C to D, for C to D you just see there is a resistance R, 4 ohm, and current I flowing in this direction. Your direction, that is C to D, and current I is also flowing from C to D. So direction same, that means this value will be negative 4 into current I. Now D to A, for D to A you just see D to A current is flowing in this way, that is current is flowing D to A and your direction is also D to A. So this value will be also resistance 1 and current I, that is equal to 0. So easily you can say 20 minus 4I and I, that is 5I, is equal to 0. So 20 is equal to 5I. So from here I will be 20 divided by 5, that is 4 ampere. Okay, so this is our basic form, basic equation. Now you use solve problem 1. At first you draw the circuit diagram. You just see here we have to use KVL and KCL, and we have to find out the value of I1, I2 and I3, I1, I2 and I3. So the rules is, at first you have to draw the circuit, then you have to name the circuit, you have to consider loop, you have to consider a particular direction, it may be clockwise, maybe anti-clockwise, then solve the equation, then you can easily find out the value of I1, I2 and I3. Okay, so you just give a name here. Suppose this point is A, this point is B, this point is C, this point is D, this is E, and this point is F. Okay, now you consider two loops here, A, B, C, D, A. You can consider from anywhere. Okay, and I am considering this loop, suppose in this direction, anti-clockwise. Okay, write it down. For loop A, B, C, D, A. What is the formula? A to B. So first of all your direction in this way, 6 ohm, and current is directed opposite. Your direction here, current is opposite, so this value will be positive 6, and here current is I2, that is 6 I2. Now 27 volt, so your direction is negative to positive, so negative to positive, that means this value will be positive 27. Okay, now B to C, there is no equipment. Okay, now C to D, so first of all 24, and your direction is positive to negative, that means this value will be negative. and finally that is 2 ohm resistance, and current is directed, you just see your direction C to D and current is directed this way, so that is D to C, so this value will be also positive, that is resistance 2 and current I1, so that is equal to 0. Now simplify this one, so this one will be 2I1 plus 6I2, that is equal to, this one will be that side, that is minus 27 plus 24, so this value will be 2I1 plus 6I2, that is equal to minus 3. Suppose this is our equation 1. Okay, in same way you use another loop and you consider, you find another equation, then you solve this equation with that equation, then you can easily find out the value of I1, I2 and I3. Okay, consider it. Suppose I am considering this one, A, E, F, B, A, in this way. Okay, you just consider same way, that is, so write it from A to A, B, F, E, A. So for loop A, B, F, E, A, now you write the equation A to B. So first of all 6 ohm, your direction A to B, current is directed B to A, that is opposite, so this one will be plus 6I2. Now this 27, that is negative to positive, so this one will be plus 27. Now this one 4 ohm, your direction this way and current is also moving this way, that is same direction, so this one will be negative, that is 4, and this value is I3, that is minus I3, that is equal to 0. So from here you can write 4I3 minus 6I2, that is equal to, that is equal to 27. So write it, this is suppose our equation 2. Now you just see there is a first equation which is given I1 and I2 in terms of I1 and I2, and this equation is given in terms of I2 and I3, so we cannot find out the value for solving this two equation. So here you have to use KVL. You just see here I1 is divided at point B in two parts, here I2 and in this way I3. So according to KVL we can write it here. According to KVL we can write I1 which is equal to I2 plus I3, I2 plus I3. So from here I3 will be I1 minus I2. You just use here, that is 4 in the place of I3, write I1 minus I2 minus 6I2, that is equal to 27. Now simplify, that is 4I1 minus 4I2 minus 6I2, that is equal to 27. So here 4I1 minus 4I2, that is 6I2, that is 10I2, that is equal to 27. So okay, you just consider this is our equation 2. Now you just check, there is equation I1 and I2 and there is also I1 and I2. So similarly here with the help of these two equations we can find out I1 and I2, and when we can find out I1 and I2, here we can easily find out with the help of this equation, that is I3. Okay, solve it. Okay, you can take a screenshot here. So now I am solving these two equations. So our first equation, that is 2I1 plus 6I2, that is equal to minus 3, this is equation 1. And our second equation, this one 4I1 minus 10I2, that is equal to 27. This is our second equation. Now all of you know the formula, the rules for solving these types of problem. So here you just consider equation 1 is multiplied with 4 and equation 2 is multiplied with 2. So this one will be multiplied with 4. So this one will be 4 into 2, that is 8I1, 4 into 6, that is plus 24I2, that is equal to minus 4 into, that is minus 12. Now second one, 2 into 4, that is 8I1, minus 2 into 10, that is minus 20I2, that is 2 into 27, that is 54. Now simplify. This value is negative, you consider this positive, this one is negative. Plus 8i1 minus 8i1, cancel out. 24i2 plus 20i2, so this one will be 44i2, and this one is minus 12, this one is minus 54, that is minus 66. So from here i2 will be minus 66 divided by 44, that is 4, 11 is 6, that is minus 6 by 4, that is minus 3 by 2, that is minus 1 by 5 ampere. You just see one important part here. Here the value of i2 is negative. What is the meaning of it? I already told that. That is when current value will be negative, that indicates that the direction of current will be opposite to the actual direction. Here according to our problem, the actual direction of current which is given B to A, the value of i2, the direction of i2 given B to A, but here the value of i2, that is minus. That means the direction of current, the actual direction of current will be A to B. And obviously you just think the basic concept, current is always flowing from positive terminal to negative terminal. That means here current will be flowing from this one, positive to negative. That means the direction of current will be in this way, not this way. According to our problem, this value is given in this way. That's why here current i2 is negative. Now putting this value of i2 for first equation, then you will find out the value of i1. 2i1 plus 6 into i2, 6 and i2, that is minus 1.6. So this value will be minus into minus 1.5, that is equal to minus 3. So that is 2i1 minus 9, that is minus 3, that is 2i1, that is equal to plus 6. So from here i1 will be 6 by 2, that is 3 ampere. The value of i1, that is 3 ampere. Now you know the value of i1, you know the value of i2, and you know the formula, that is i3 equal to i1 minus i2 according to KCL. So this value will be, this one is 3 and this one is i2, that is minus 1.5. So this one will be plus 1.5, that is 4.5 ampere. Okay, so the basic thing, at first you have to draw the proper circuit, then you have to make a closed loop, you have to consider any direction, maybe clockwise, maybe anti-clockwise. Now with the help of direction, with the help of rules, you have to make these equations. Now you solving equation, you will easily find out the value of current. Okay, now solve problem 2. This is our problem 2. Here you have to find out the value of current i1, i2 and i3 through the 3 resistors as shown in figure given. And this problem is I think JEE Mains problem, students, important problem. You just think the basic logic behind it. Here 3 closed loops, this one H A B G H A, B C F G B, C D E F C, 3 closed loops. Another one you can consider this one also, A D E H A. Okay, now you just think here you have to find out i1, i2 and i3. So at first I am considering this one. For loop, write it down, for loop A B G H A, G H A. You just see A to B, positive to negative, that means what? Positive to negative, that is negative, minus 3. Now B to G, here current I1, resistance 10, so this one will be 10 I1, but positive or negative? Your direction this way, current direction also this way, same direction, that means negative. Okay, now G to H, you just see negative to positive, that means this one will be plus 3, that is equal to 0. So minus 3 plus 3 cancel out, that is minus 10 I1 is equal to 0, which indicates I1 is equal to 0. So the value of current I1 is equal to 0. Now for solving the value of current I2, you consider this loop, this one. because here I2 there. So you just consider second loop. Okay, write it down. For loop FGB, now write down B to C, plus to minus, that is -3. Now C to F, that is 10 into I2. So this one is 10 I2. Now you just think the sign, your direction C to F, current direction also C to F. So this one will be minus. Now F to G, that is negative to positive. So this one will be plus. Now again G to B, current resistance 10, current I1. So write it 10 I1, but you just consider the sign, your direction G to B, current directed B to G, that is opposite. So sign will be plus, that is equal to 0. This -3 plus 3 cancel out. You know the value of I1, that is 0, 0 into 10, that is 0. So -10 I2, that is equal to 0. I1 0, so this value is 0. That is here also I2 value will be 0. The value of I2, that is also same, 0. Now you have to find out the value of I3. You just consider this one, loop C, D, E, F, C. Write it down. For loop C, D, E, F, C, C to D, positive to negative, that is -3. Now D to E, 10 into I3, 10 into I3, and you just see the sign, your direction D to E, current directed also D to E, so this sign will be negative. Now E to F, negative to positive, that is +3. Now F to C, 10 into I2, 10 into I2, but your direction F to C, current directed C to F, that is plus, is equal to 0. So here again +3 -3 cancel out. You know the value of I2, 0. So 0 into 10, that is 0. So -10 I3 is equal to 0, which indicates I3 is equal to 0. Okay, so this is our basic problem related to Kirchhoff's law. Now if all of you are required some higher thinking problem is related to Kirchhoff's law, then tell me in the comment section, then I will make another video related to Kirchhoff's law. And today I am ending here. I think this part is clear to all of you. If there is any doubt, any confusion, let me know through this comment section. And meet you soon in next class. Till then, bye bye. Continue your study.